Let me answer one of the most important questions people ask before beginning the Artificial Intelligence Longevity Protocol. Can the AI Longevity Biosignal Pulse Hair Analysis really tell you what's happening with your health? The responsible answer is, it can provide useful laboratory information. The AI Longevity Biosignal U hair analysis is one part of a larger, guided protocol. Its value does not come from looking at a laboratory report by itself. Its value comes from combining the laboratory findings with your symptoms, your health history, your sleep, your energy, your stress patterns, your cravings, your digestion, your environmental exposures, your lifestyle habits, your medication and supplement history, and the information you provide through the AI Longevity Mastery Academy application. That complete picture is what makes the conversation more useful. Because one piece of information top-lined should not be interpreted in isolation. Now, let us start with the hair specimen itself. Hair grows over time. As it grows, it may contain measurable information related to certain elements that were present during that period. A laboratory can analyze the specimen and report findings based on what was measured. But the laboratory report is not the final conclusion. It is information. And information still requires context. For example, a laboratory may identify that a particular element is present at a higher or lower reported level. That finding may raise questions, but it does not automatically tell us why it happened, whether it is causing a symptom, whether it came from the environment, whether it relates to nutrition, whether it reflects external contamination. Think about the dashboard of your car. A warning light appears. That light gives you information. It tells you that something deserves attention, but the light does not automatically tell you the entire cause. It does not tell you whether the issue is the battery, the alternator, the electrical system, the fuel system, or something else. The signal creates a question. Then the system must be examined. The same principle apply here. The AI Longevity Biosignal Hair Analysis may help identify laboratory patterns or stress signals that deserve a closer conversation. If this already makes sense to you, click the like button so this reaches more people who are still trying to figure this out. That is why I do not believe in simply mailing someone a laboratory report and leaving them alone to figure it out. Most people do not need another piece of confusing information. They need help understanding what the information may mean in context. They need someone to help connect the dots responsibly. And they need to understand where the limits are. So what can the analysis do? It can provide additional laboratory information that may help us ask better questions. It may help us identify patterns that deserve discussion. It may help us look more closely at possible nutritional, environmental, or physiological stressors. It may help us compare the laboratory findings with the symptoms and history you reported. And it may help us determine which areas deserve greater attention during your longevity root cause review. That is very different from diagnosing you. The purpose is to organize information more intelligently. Let me give you an example. Suppose someone reports persistent fatigue, poor sleep, brain fog, cravings, difficulty recovering, and changes in weight. Those symptoms do not automatically point to one cause. Fatigue alone can be connected to many different concerns. Poor sleep can have many causes. Brain fog can have many causes. Weight changes can have many causes, so we should not take one symptom and attach it to one diagnosis. Instead, we examine the pattern. So we should not take one symptom and attach it to one diagnosis. Instead, we examine the pattern. What is happening with sleep? What is happening with stress? What is happening with nutrition? What medications are being used? What has changed over time? What environmental exposures may deserve consideration? And how do all of those pieces relate to one another? The hair analysis may add another piece to that conversation. Nutritional status can be influenced by many factors, including what you consume, what you absorb, your digestive function, your age, your stress, your environment, and other physiological factors. Its role is to help organize complexity. It can help us bring together the application, the reported symptoms, the laboratory findings, the lifestyle patterns, the environmental information, the stress patterns, the sleep patterns, and the possible areas that deserve a deeper conversation. Most people are carrying disconnected pieces of information. They have symptoms over here, a laboratory result over there, a medication list, a supplement cabinet, a stressful lifestyle, poor sleep, changes in energy, changes in weight, and years of trying different things. But no one has helped them organize the complete picture. That is where artificial intelligence can become useful as a tool to help organize information and identify patterns more efficiently. Because your body is one connected system. Sleep may affect energy. Stress may affect appetite. Appetite may affect food choices. Food choices may affect blood sugar patterns. Digestive concerns may affect nutrient absorption. Medication use may influence how someone feels. Environmental exposures may deserve consideration. Inflammation may overlap with several other concerns. And one symptom may be influenced by several systems at the same time. That is why I teach the possible 14 hidden root causes of disease as a connected framework. Not because every person has all 14, and not because one laboratory report can confirm which categories apply to you. The framework helps us organize the conversation. It helps us ask whether patterns involving areas such as nutritional deficiencies, absorption issues, inflammation, toxin exposure, kidney stress, iron anemia, thyroid disease, imbalanced energy hormones, adrenal gland dysfunction, or other concerns may deserve further discussion. The word is possible. The goal is awareness. The purpose is not to frighten you. The purpose is to stop looking at every symptom as though it exists by itself. Now, this is why the AI longevity biosignal hair analysis is not sold as a standalone answer. It is part of the Artificial Intelligence Longevity Protocol. First, you complete the AI Longevity Mastery Academy application. That gives us important information about your symptoms, history, lifestyle, stress, sleep, energy, cravings, digestion, and environmental exposures. Then you complete your private longevity collection session. During that session, our team helps you complete the laboratory paperwork, collect the hair specimen correctly, and prepare it for shipment. Once the laboratory finishes processing the specimen, the results become one part of the larger review. Then we meet with you during your longevity root cause review. That is where everything comes together. Your application tells us your story. The laboratory report provides additional findings. Artificial intelligence helps organize the information, and our clinical framework helps us examine the possible relationships between your symptoms, history, environment, lifestyle, and laboratory patterns. During that review, we do not simply hand you numbers and tell you to figure them out. We explain the findings in clear language. We discuss the areas that may deserve attention. We identify questions that may need further evaluation. And we provide a personalized natural action plan based on the information reviewed. That plan may include areas such as nutrition, hydration, sleep, stress management, environmental changes, movement, lifestyle habits. The goal is to help you understand your patterns more clearly. Now, some people ask, what if the hair analysis does not show anything dramatic? That is still information. The purpose is not to search for something frightening. The purpose is not to prove that something is wrong with you. The purpose is to create a clearer starting point. Sometimes the value comes from what appears on the report. Sometimes the value comes from comparing the report with the application and recognizing that another area deserves more attention. And sometimes the responsible conclusion is that further medical evaluation is appropriate. Clarity does not always mean receiving a dramatic answer. Sometimes clarity means knowing what should not be assumed. That matters too. The AI Longevity Protocol is not about selling you a shelf full of products. It is about helping you make more informed decisions. Because another bottle without more understanding is still guesswork. And guesswork is not enough. So what can the AI Longevity Biosignal Hair Analysis actually tell you? It can provide laboratory information. It can reveal patterns that may deserve attention. It can raise better questions. It can add another layer to your health history. And when combined with your application, symptoms, lifestyle, environmental exposures, and guided review, it can help create a more organized conversation about your health.
It should not be interpreted by itself. The test is not the entire protocol.
The test is one tool inside the protocol, and the laboratory report is not the finish line. It is the starting line. The real value comes from understanding how the information may relate to your complete story. So do not ask only, what does the test say? Ask, what does this information mean when we place it beside my symptoms, my history, my lifestyle, my environment, and the other information already available? That is where the conversation becomes more useful. That is where disconnected info begins to become organized. If you have been tired of guessing, if you have been buying random supplements, if you have been receiving disconnected information without understanding how it fits together, and if you are ready to take a more organized look at the patterns that may be influencing your health, put R.E. Eddie in the comments if you are done guessing and ready to actually understand what is going on. Click the link pinned in the comments and begin the Artificial Intelligence Longevity Protocol. This is not about diagnosing yourself. It is not about replacing your doctor. It is about creating a clearer starting point. Because new information equals a new transformation. Your health is a necessity, not a luxury. Stop asking one test to tell your entire story. Start using the right information to ask better questions. Click the link pinned in the comments and begin the AI Longevity Protocol.
Reserve your seat now.